What is going on, guys? I am so sorry. It's been a while since I've made a YouTube video. But today, I felt so compelled to come on here and make a video because I believe Roar is on the verge of doing something incredible because of GameStop, because of the potential Keith Gill return, because of HTX. I was just actually speaking with some internet strangers on TikTok earlier and shilling Roar to them because they were talking about wanting to start a business, but they needed funds to do it. And I'm like, hey, you ever thought about crypto? Hopefully, I see both of them in the Telegram today. But yeah, if you are finding this video because you're researching Roar, I hope I see you in the Telegram as well. But please know, I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice, and this video is not sponsored by Roar. That is Roaring Kitty CTO on Ethereum, CA ending in 790F. Guys, I'm just a Roar token holder. I consider myself a community member, and I believe this project is going to do very, very well. The conviction is absolutely through the roof. So if you want to stick around and hear me out, please do. Also, if you're a Roaring Kitty community member yourself, just checking in on the video, guys, I think if you're not excited by the end of this video, man, you need to find yourself because I am incredibly, incredibly excited. Also, quick apology for not being at the spaces earlier. I was trying to button something up real quick and join, but by the time I got on X, it had ended like 2 minutes. I wasn't really that late, but I'm sorry. Tony is another Roaring Kitty community member. We are doing spaces. Right now they're on my X account. I will link that in the bio. We're trying to do spaces every Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But okay, guys, let's get into the video. First, I want to talk about GameStop. GameStop, if you don't know charts, this may not look very impressive, but this form right here, this is looking as if GameStop is forming a cup and handle pattern, which is very bullish. GameStop earnings are coming out, I believe, on the 8th. And if they have good earnings, if GameStop has a great earnings report, this pattern, this cup and handle pattern, could play out and push GameStop up around $32. This is, I am just repeating what I'm seeing a lot of people say. There's actually a pattern GameStop follows that this would actually be in line with for a short little squeeze. And guys, if GameStop actually goes up to like $38 after this squeeze, if it finds some sort of support, like over here you got support around like $30, if it's able to consolidate and go up to 38 and break 38, shorts are pretty much done with. And GameStop is going to be extremely exciting. But yeah, if you look at Roar real quick, Roar's chart, as you can see, Roar is just off of support. This bottom blue line here that I've drawn, this is, why do you do this to me? I don't know why I'm getting pop-ups, but this bottom blue line, this is support, and Roar's just off of support. If you look at all-time highs, which would be this green line right here, we are a little less than a 5x away from all-time highs. And as you go into price discovery, there's a common rule of thumb that I've seen where people will say, like, you can expect at least a 2 to 3x off of your price discovery. So, like, you could have, like, a 10 to 15x easy from entering at this position right now. That's actually pretty cool. So, also, with GameStop, too, something I want to touch on real quick. This is Lottery Stocks. He's a YouTuber. He covers GameStop a lot. Just to show you some excitement for GameStop, he had posted this from Reese Politics that this was December 3rd, so 3 days ago. A massive Chicago exchange ordered 100 million on GameStop. Like, that's 4.16 million shares. So GameStop, smart money is excited about GameStop. Lottery Stocks, if you don't know this guy, go follow him and watch his YouTube videos. They're very, very informative. But something that a lot of GME community people are talking about is being on Kitty Watch. So for those of you that don't know, Roaring Kitty, this is Keith Gill. A lot of people believe that Keith Gill could make a return and start tweeting again, because I had seen on X, I tried to find the video, but I couldn't. It was a clip of one of Keith Gill's lives where he was talking about GameStop, and he said that if you believed GameStop could evolve and become a juggernaut like 4 years down the road, 5 years down the road, why would you sell? Why wouldn't you just keep accumulating? And with the whole warrant issue with GameStop right now, warrants starting to trade at, like, I think it's $32, and warrants bringing in volume to GameStop, and then shorts being destroyed if GameStop reaches like a $38, $40 level, we could see a Roaring Kitty Keith Gill return, and that's great for Roar because, as you can see, this is a post that Keith Gill posted on his Roaring Kitty account here December 25th, and I'd already marked this. So if we go back on Roar's chart to December 25th, it's this blue line right here. As you can see down here, we got, you look down here for the date, December 24th, 25th. So this move up was based off of Keith Gill's post. Every time Keith Gill posts, because Roar has the name Roaring Kitty, it automatically gets a spike. And you can go, I could show more examples, but for time, I'm not going to do so. You can go do that on your own time if you're interested. Every time Keith Gill posts, it ends up spiking the chart for Roar. So if Keith Gill returns, GameStop is doing really well. This is going to push Roar incredibly high, very, very high. And I believe that'll happen, and I'm excited to see if I'm right. Okay. Something else, too. Since Roar became a CTO back over here, so a little over, almost 2 years ago, it was the spring of 24, Roar became a CTO, went from like a $30,000 market cap to a $4.5 million market cap, and has since hit $15 million almost twice, which is really, really cool. It has built a very healthy chart. This is a healthy textbook chart. Lots of ups and downs. This is what you want to see. There's no massive dumps. This move down right here was because of a Shibarium hack. The Roar community had bridged over to Shibarium to have a liquidity pool in Shibarium because at the time the going thesis was that Bone, being the gas token of Shibarium, was very undervalued. If Shibarium were to grow and receive adoption, the cost of Bone would go up because it's the gas token, and because Roar would have a liquidity pool in Bone, that liquidity pool would then raise the price of Roar without buys and sells. So that was kind of where the community was going, and there was a hack on the bridge, and it spooked some wallets. Some people sold. So that's what this was. This was not like an actual dump. And if you look at the size of this wick down here, we had quite the correction up because it went all the way down under support to 0.0022. No, less than that. Less than 0.0022. And then came all the way back up to like 0.005. And of course, we consolidated. People who may have gotten over here, they got out over here at a loss because they're day traders, and day traders lose money. Don't ever be a day trader, guys. Be an investor. Be an investor, not financial advice. Don't day trade. Yeah, but as we can see, we have historic support here. Roar found it, and Roar is rising. So I'm really, really excited about that. But there's more to the Roar thesis that is starting to play out, and I'm going to hit this real quick, and then we're going to finish up this video. So, please load. Please load. Okay, so Roar is actually getting a lot of attention from other accounts on X. This is just one example. If I were to go through all of them, I would have so many windows up here. Roar is getting a lot of exposure. So as you can see here, I got my cursor over the Roar Kitty right there. And Roar actually got a free listing as well. So I believe that's what this is. Yes, BitTrue official. So Roar got listed on BitTrue Alpha. And one of the sectors of the Roar thesis was that as Roar gets more exposure, as the community grows, other exchanges are going to see the value in Roar, and they're just going to list Roar for free. Right now, Roar, at the time of recording, Roar has 3 centralized exchange listings. One of them is from Biconomy, one of them is from Weeks, and one of them is BitTrue Alpha. Biconomy and Weeks, the community, every month will donate to the market maker to help keep those accounts active on the exchange so people can trade Roar. But BitTrue Alpha, this was a free listing. And we have other exchanges right here. So this is Casex. This is their Casex Turkey account doing this. But Casex mentioned Roar. So this is look at all these comments, 282 comments. Look at how many of them are Roar comments. This is really, really bullish for Roar, because as Roar continues to do better, I have a suspicion that other exchanges are going to list Roar, and as Roar gets all these other exchange listings, they're going to bring in more value. One, they're going to be free exchange listings. 2, they're going to bring in more value for Roar, which is going to pump the price of Roar. Also, you have HTX. So for those of you that don't know, HTX has been teasing Roar. This is one post This was back in October. Only real traders fight the bear head on. Roar. And then this right here, this is probably the most recent one, I believe, from November. It says, say it with me, roar. USDC earns 15% APY and HTX earn. Guys, why? Now, you're probably asking, why is this a big deal? Because back in September, guys, Roar was in a list to vote event on the HTX DAO. So you have these 18 projects. The DAO voted on what projects they wanted to see listed on HTX. And Roar got third in the weighted voting totals. Actually, I'm just noticing this chart. This chart was actually redone because if you look up the chart and you get the current chart, Hoppy is actually SPX 6900. I just realized I got the wrong one. But Roar stayed third place when they went and redid the weighted voting. So because Roar got third place, ever since then, HTX has been dropping these now and again, like subliminal messaging that HTX is going to list Roar. HTX, according to CoinMarketCap, I don't have it up right now, but when I had looked it up priorly, HTX has about $4 billion in volume a day. 1% of that $4 billion is 40 million. Roar reached its all-time high that on, I believe it was like $230,000, somewhere around there. So the all-time high, it didn't take a lot of volume for it to reach its all-time high. Can you imagine if Roar gets an HTX listing and Roar receives $40 million in volume on HTX? That's just 1% of their total volume on the daily. Guys, Roar's price, I think it would be over $1 just from sheer volume. We're gonna see a god candle like no one has ever seen. And if you're into Roar early, you're gonna make money. When HTX does this, HTX is gonna make money, and HTX is the people that use their exchange, they are going to make money because they're going to get to trade Roar all the way up. Guys, this is incredibly bullish stuff. All you have to do is take a position and wait. At least that's what I think, so that's what I'm doing. I have a position. I add to it when I can, and I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for either the chart to play out and I get a 15x, or HTX lists and I get a lot more than a 15x. Yeah, also, I don't have a window up for it, but because of the Shibarium hack that happened right here, the SHIB team had offered a way to make users whole. Well, at the time of recording of this video, the SHIB team has not actually revealed that what they're going to do to make users whole, but the only thing that really makes sense to make users whole is to restore liquidity on Shibarium. So those users that have Roar on Shibarium, it'll actually be worth something. So the SHIB team has to go buy back Roar on the open market, which means they have to buy like 32 million Roar. From current levels, if the SHIB team buys 32 million Roar, like we're close to testing all-time highs. That is how a buyback from the SHIB team would affect the chart. So I believe we're waiting until December 16th. There are ongoing conversations in the Roar Telegram about this, maybe inviting the SHIB team to a open X spaces where they can address the Roar community directly, maybe rating and shilling the SHIB team from the Roar community. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but really exciting stuff that can happen. So guys, in closing, I am really excited because of what I see. And what I see is this. I see the community giving a lot of effort, and I believe the community will be rewarded for its effort because the community has been actively rating and shilling and growing since almost 2 years ago, spring of 24. So during all this has been like Roar has grown, and Roar has become it. Roar is on the verge of becoming something absolutely incredible. So like the community, they're not just building a project. The community is crafting what could be one of the greatest success stories in the history of crypto. All right. It is a story that is so loud, so undeniable, so explosive that the entire Web3 space, all of crypto Twitter, will have no choice but to pay attention to Roar. All right. Those who saw Roar under half a penny, those that laughed, doubted, ignored, hesitated, they will soon wish that they had loaded up on Roar, because Roar is different. Roar is not driven by hype. Roar is driven by a community that is disciplined, that is passionate, and that executes. All right. Roar is minting NFTs. So this is something to touch on too. So Roar's minting NFTs on ETH, and NFTs on Sol. I'll drop these links in the description, but the NFTs on Ethereum, this used to fund the liquidity on Shibarium. So they used to use the funds to buy Bone. But now, since the Shibarium hack, we're not buying Bone. But what the community decided to do was to do buybacks and burns. So the proceeds of these NFTs actually makes Roar deflationary. And right now, you can mint one for 0.075 ETH. There's a $10,000 prize. There's a special NFT hidden in this collection. And when the whole collection's minted out, the NFTs get revealed. And if you have this Money Cat Roaring NFT, you will win 10,000 USDT. And they are doing this sort of like reward to help drive demand. And look, we've already minted like 133 NFTs. Also on Solana, it's kind of the same thing. What's the price? Oh, I don't see it right now. I think it's under like, oh, I see it, 0.42 Sol to mint an NFT. And I believe it's a $1,000 reward for this one. It's a smaller collection, it's cheaper, and this is actually funding liquidity on Solana, so the Roar community can build on Solana. Roar's going to get these NFTs minted out. Roar's going to burn more Roar. They're going to build a liquidity on Solana, and they will continue to expand. Not because they're hoping, not because they're waiting, but because the Roar community is taking the initiative to build and move forward on their own. Even when the chart is down and just off support, the Roar community keeps showing up, keeps shilling, keeps building, and this is the kind of strength you want to look for in a community to invest in that is going to be successful in the future. I believe it. Not financial advice. That's just what I believe. All right. Roar CTO is coming for every single exchange, and it starts with HTX. If you hear this right now, please understand, I believe you are early, and if you hold Roar, if you get into Roar, I believe you are smart. And you are positioned to be remembered as one of the sharpest, earliest believers in the meme space's next dominant community. That's this one. That's Roar, all right? Many of the Roaring Kitty community members, they are grinding in the trenches, raiding, shilling, posting, while still working day jobs, all right? But listen very closely, okay? There's a future coming. I believe that there's a future coming where those day jobs for Roar community members will disappear, all right? A future where Roar holders retire not just themselves, but their families and maybe even their bloodline, all right? Not out of luck, but out of conviction, patience, and relentless effort, all right? Roar is not just a token. Roar is a storm that people whisper about before it hits, all right? It's like a hurricane, all right? Hurricanes form in the Atlantic. When they move over warm water, they get stronger. Well, guess what, guys? Roar is moving over warm water right now. And it is building, all right? And when this storm is unleashed, the impact will be felt across the blockchain. The Roar community is building a force so powerful that even established giants like Doge, all right, they may end up bowing their heads and wearing the red headband when this is all said and done, all right? And that's not arrogance. It's inevitable momentum, okay? You look at other CTO structured projects, Turbo, SPX 6900, Popcat, Roar is following in the footsteps the same recipe for success that these projects those projects currently enjoy. Roar is going to enjoy the same thing because Roar is a community-driven movement, all right? More than that, you can call Roar God mode walking, all right? A financial uprising powered by the people who show up every day and push this thing forward. So to everyone hearing this, all right? You're in the Roaring Kitty community, man, keep digging those trenches, keep raiding, keep shilling. If you've been holding back, or maybe you stepped away for a break, now's the time to step up, all right? Because the momentum is building, the pressure is rising, and the charts are about to experience a violent, unstoppable breakout of Roar on Ethereum, all right? Roar CTO movement, it's a revolution. The community is the needle mover that the Web3 meme space has been waiting for. You have multiple catalysts that could line up all in once. GameStop going wild, a potential Keith Gill return, a potential HTX listing, a potential SHIB team buyback. Guys, I am so excited for what is coming for Roar here in the future. Could be the near future. I am super stoked. I don't know if you can even, like, can you even tell how excited I am in my voice? This is going to be the most epic thing that I think a lot of us will ever experience. And if I'm right about this, which I could be wrong, so like I think I've said like 3 or 4 times now, not financial advice, okay? I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. I don't think I am. This is going to be wild. Guys, strap in. I hope your car has seatbelts, because you better be wearing them. We're gonna be racing on a Hot Wheels track, guys, with all these loop-de-loops, all these huge jumps, like jumps over freaking bodies of waters with sharks with laser beams on their heads. Like, guys, this is gonna be wild. It's gonna be so wild. It's gonna be so incredible, and I cannot wait. I'm calling it, guys. I'm calling it. Roar to 4, baby. Roar, roar, roar to $4. Let's freaking do it. All right, guys. That is it. I'm out. See ya.